Hi, this is Mike Gast, and the concept that I would like to discuss today is using perspective in aiding social emotional learning in the classroom, along with the idea that that I like to keep in mind is the idea that it's all relative. So, first, a couple of definitions there from the title. Perspective to me is essentially your ability to compare your point of view with others around you, and then social emotional learning is the part of kind of the hidden curriculum in our classrooms, life skills and dealing with problems, communicating or working with others around you. So, first, this idea of things being relative is something that keeps me grounded when I'm feeling overwhelmed through my coaching responsibilities, classroom responsibilities, family responsibilities, um, along with my college coursework. What I might be feeling may pale in comparison to those around me. That includes my students, my athletes, colleagues. I often think about um, the responsibilities of my high school principal in particular, who, in addition to his responsibilities as principal, is also the head basketball coach at our high school. His wife is the head volleyball coach at our high school, and they also have six children along with that. So, um, my responsibilities and my coursework and things like that kind of pale in comparison to what I'm sure those two in particular have going on. So that kind of keeps me grounded, and that doesn't make light of my own feelings, but that does help me kind of get going at times. So I like to keep in mind that my students also have these same feelings, and not to make light of any of that. So, in dealing with some of the feelings of overwhelming and the problems that our students may be having, what not to do would be to kind of explain that what they're going through is not that big of a deal. It is a big deal for them. Um, Another thought, if you're thinking you're going through a tough time, let me tell you what I'm going through. We don't need to shadow what our students, athletes, or our colleagues might be going through based on what we are going through. That is not helpful for them. Another idea, there are much bigger problems than that in life. That may be the case, but that doesn't solve the current problem at hand or those feelings that are happening in the moment. And the other, obviously, I hope would be a no brainer would be to deflect some of these issues that we might be faced with from our students or athletes. Go see the guidance counselor. We have an opportunity there to develop a deeper relationship with our students and athletes. So I think that would be a missed opportunity. So in helping our students with these feelings, I like to listen, use my perspective, and be empathetic. And I think it's important to note that educators benefit from hindsight and age. Though we may view a student's feelings or problems as not being a big deal, that does not make it any less of a big deal for them. I think we oftentimes forget that we were young people one time and probably had similar problems that we were working through, and it did feel like a big deal at that time, even though looking back on that now, it may not be a big deal, but they have not worked through those yet. So I think that's important to keep in mind. And if students are trusting us enough to talk about their feelings or problems, we need to be there to listen and put ourselves in their shoes and provide them with what they may need to help them feel better, even if that is just to listen. And at the end of the day, this is kind of the takeaways. Better relationships mean more opportunities for learning in the classroom.